How's everyone doing? Welcome back to the House of Business Podcast 2.0. This is your host, Caleb Thompson. Hope everyone's having a great day out there today, or a great evening. So today, man, I'm just going to jump right in it, man. I'm jump right in. I always like to start these episodes off with gratitude. So I would like to thank you guys for tuning in. I would like to thank you guys for liking, sharing, and subscribing to this channel. And I just pray, man, that you guys just continue to show up, and you guys just continue to share the episodes, and share even the knowledge that you guys are learning here, or if you would like to be a guest on this show, you can contact me at ceoclthompson at outlook.com. So that just CEO CL Thompson at outlook.com. You can message me. Be a guest on the show. We'll record it. I'll probably use Discord, and we'll just go from there. So yeah, let me know. I hope everyone's, like I said, having a great day out there today, man. Hope your day's been blessed and been great. But this is the House of Business Podcast 2.0. This is your host, Caleb Thompson, and this is the place where we give you the knowledge and the tools to execute your dreams and your visions. Now, I recorded this. I recorded this, I think 2 days ago, but I just couldn't find it in my files. So, here we are again. We're going to re-record it, and we're going to make it do what it do. So, lock in, man. Get yourself some popcorn, man. Get yourself some headphones, whatever you like to do. For this episode, man, as we continue to move forward. So, this episode for the House of Business Podcast 2.0 is going to be about holding companies and why the rich use holding companies. I use a holding company as well, but this is why the rich use holding companies. As usual, I'm going to give you 3 talk points, as I usually do, just for the sake of time, and just for the trajectory of the episode. So, talk point number 1. The rich use holding companies to protect their assets. That is the number one reason why anyone would ever have a holding company, to protect their assets, and also protect their assets, and also it's also an extra layer of protection. It's like you have the LLC. You have an LLC. That's one layer of protection where something happens in your company or in your business, and someone wants to sue the company. The LLC stops them from coming for your personal assets, but in some cases, it doesn't always do that. In some cases, there may be some loopholes where, they may be able to come for your personal assets as well. So that holding company adds an extra layer of protection. And it's also, so you can, we'll talk about that later, control multiple companies at the same time, but we'll get to that later. But anyways, the rich, what they do is they structure their business under a holding company so that the ownership of each entity is clearly separated and organized. So, but this helps create a protective barrier between the assets and the operations of each individual business. So, just think, if one of my operating companies ever faces a lawsuit, as we just discussed, or a debt issue, or just say financial challenge, my holding company, what it would do is it's structured to help prevent those problems from affecting my other businesses and investments. So that's the way it's structured, to keep those things, but basically just by separating ownership and operations, it just helps me to reduce risk, just while I'm still allowing each business to grow independently with a larger framework. So that's one thing. So that's why the rich use holding companies. That's why I use a holding company. Anyone that's probably in business that has made it to $1 million, they're going to tell you use a holding company. And I use a holding company because I don't want anything in my name as well. It's a great way to, keep everything out of your name as well. So you can control everything, but own nothing. Your holding company owns the children companies, or the subsidiaries. And the holding company will be used as the parent company, but then you can be the owner of the holding company. But I'm going to give you another way. Even though that holding company, the best place to get a holding company, if you don't know yet, is either Delaware or Wyoming. Just depends. Just depends. Wyoming. Yeah, it is. I wouldn't say it just depends. Just if you just want to keep your name off a public record. Sorry, I'm still drinking coffee, man. But yeah, if you want to keep your name on public record, if someone wants to sue, just say sue one of your companies. You ever face a lawsuit, and then someone says, okay, who owns this company? Or they see that the holding company owns the company, and they may want to come for the assets within the holding company, but they want to see, okay, so who owns the holding company, and that information is not available if you get a holding company or register for a holding company or LLC used as a holding company out of Wyoming. So, they wouldn't have that information as public record. So that's good. But what I like to do, this structure, this like holding company structure, what it does, I'm just telling you the truth. It basically just gives me peace of mind because I know that, one setback will not jeopardize everything I've built just because, one bad lawsuit or one bad review or one bad, really dealing with the legal side of things. I wouldn't say a review. A review really doesn't kill a business unless the review is from like a celebrity or the review is for someone that has a lot of global awareness or national brand awareness, and it's someone like the CEO of Nike or the CEO, someone of that like that, came into your restaurant, left a bad review. It's like, man, I'll never go there again. Then that can change, the people's point of view when it comes to eating at your restaurant or buying clothing from you or whatever, using your product or services. So you have to be careful with that as well. But the structure of having the holding company, it basically helps and gives you peace. It gives me peace as well. That one setback or just one thing going wrong, it just doesn't jeopardize everything you've built. So I see asset protection as a key part of a wealth strategy as well. And holding company helps me to safeguard what I'm building for the long term. So you can always add multiple subsidiaries under your holding company. I like to tell people too. People say, man, I really don't want to go into different business sectors, because I don't need to. I may need real estate, have an LLC that's over real estate, over a real estate property. Each property is ran by a different LLC. Some people do that. So if something happens in the home, they don't want to have like I would say $17 million real estate portfolio all under one LLC, for the simple fact that something happens that someone can try to sue them for everything in those properties, all the assets, all of those assets. So you don't want to take that type of hit. So a lot of times people create an LLC and they split their properties up into multiple LLCs split their properties up. Say I have 10 properties. I have 15 properties. Five are going to go to one, are going to be under one LLC. Another one's will be under another LLC. So they split those properties up to really give the asset protection, give an extra layer of protection where just that one company or there was a slip and fall or something wasn't done in a house that your property manager didn't do. Something happened. And they want to sue you. They want to sue you for some crazy reason. And then now, and that's why I say and now, and that's why. But yeah. So just see, man, asset protection. The holding company use it as asset protection. Okay, I'm sorry. Man, you guys have to excuse me. I'm sorry about that. I wish I sounded a little bit more enthusiastic, but if you guys can just bear with me, if you can get this. So we're talking about holding companies, and we're talking about why the rich use holding companies and why I use a holding company as well. But our second talk point is I myself personally the rich as well use holding companies to control multiple businesses. I do too. I own 42 companies. 17 of those companies are online companies that we are transitioning those companies to becoming a hybrid where they'll be online and they'll also have a brick and mortar. But I place ownership personally. I place ownership of several companies under one parent entity, which we just discussed. So everything is centralized and easier to manage. So when I want to move money from one company to another company, I don't have to take it, and I can send it to the holding company, and the holding company can distribute that money. Just as me being the central point of being the main hub, for all these companies, where I won't have to take it from one account and take it to and send it to another account and being taxed and things of that sort. So it just makes it a lot easier. But through the holding company, the rich as well, they maintain ownership and strategic control, while each operating business focus on its specific individual purpose. So each company does its own thing. I have a toy store, I have a candy store, I have a fitness store that we will be transitioning to a yoga studio, where it will still be Gotham Fitness Supply, but we'll be doing business as Gotham Yoga Fitness Studios. That will launch March 18th. So you guys be on the lookout for that as well. But the holding company helps you just to maintain ownership and strategic control. But the structure also allows the rich to oversee different brands, investments, and ventures, while keeping the ownership organized under this one umbrella. So by doing this, man, the rich basically build a scalable framework where new businesses, investments, and partnerships can be added without disrupting the overall structure. So it doesn't disrupt; it keeps everything good. Uh, okay, so I also use a holding company to build long term wealth, which you guys probably do as well. But I see a holding company as more than a legal structure. I see it as a foundation for long term wealth building. Through a holding company, I can hold equity in multiple operating companies, which I do, investments, intellectual property, and other valuable assets. As those businesses grow, these businesses grow, the value of the holding company grows as well, allowing wealth to accumulate at the top level. This structure also gives me the flexibility to reinvest profits from one business into new opportunities while keeping ownership centralized. So basically, just over time, man, this approach just allows me to build leverage, increase valuation, and create a financial structure that can support generational wealth. So, man, I'm glad you guys tuned in. I know this was short. It's kind of straight to the point. Like I said, I had already recorded this. It was probably an hour long. This is probably like 12 to 15 minutes. So this is just like a breakdown. So after exerting all of that energy into, doing some marketing and then doing this episode, and from 45 minutes to an hour is a lot more detailed, but having to re-record it again. So, man, hopefully just simple, sweet, man. Hopefully you guys, got some information here. It wasn't some grandiose, high caliber of information, but man, hopefully, man, whatever was said here, man, you guys can take it. You guys could use it. These are a lot of simple things. So simple things that probably a lot of business owners already know, but these are for the up and coming entrepreneurs, and they want to really understand and know how to structure their companies. And this is for you guys. So, don't own a company with your name on it. So when you want to go into business, you might as well start to plan to register two LLCs. One of them will be the holding company. The holding company will own your operating company, and that will give you a double layer of protection. But that is the right way to do it. And when you pull money. When you pay yourself in a company, you will be taxed as an employee. But if you pay your holding company and pay yourself from your holding company, the tax will be less. So you probably go from 30 to 40% down to 17%, or, let's just say 17 to 23%, somewhere around that bracket, just depending on what state you live in and how exactly you structure your company and your business. So, but yeah, you guys tune back in, man. It's the House of Business Podcast 2.0. It's your host, Caleb Thompson. You guys can tune back in next Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See you guys then. Peace.